Numbers Solutions, page 10. Last problem for rounding. The area of a circular garden is 89 meters squared, square meters. Find the radius of the garden. Give your answer correct to 3 decimal places. Find the perimeter of the garden. Okay, so if the area of the garden is 89 meters squared, then that means pi r squared is 89. We're going to first divide both sides by pi. So I have 89 divided by pi. And then we're going to take the square root of both sides. We'll have r equals the square root of 89 divided by pi, both under the square root sign. So let's use the calculator and see what that is. Square root, I'm going to put parentheses, 89 divided by, and we'll use the pi that's in the calculator, which has a lot of digits. See what that's equal to. 5.32, blah, blah, blah. It says give your answer correct to 3 decimal places. So we're going to keep 322, and then the next number is 5. So do we want to round this 2 to a 3? Yes, we do. So it's 5.323 is the answer for A. And then B, find the perimeter of the garden. The perimeter would be 2 pi r. So we're going to say 2 pi, and we'll use the r value 5.323. So that will be 2 pi 3.323. Be 20.879. 20.879. We'll keep 3 decimal places like we did before. Then it says that Jose estimates the perimeter of the garden to be 30. And we're supposed to compare this answer with 30 and see what the percentage error would be. That's B. And C would be, okay, we're going to take 30 minus 20.879, and then we're going to divide by the exact value, which is 20.879. And we're going to multiply by 100%, and that'll give us the percent error. So let's do that. We're going to take 30, and since we're doing 30 minus 20.879, let's see, it's going to be 20, we divide by 20.879, the exact answer, and we get 0.4368, etc., but we multiply times 100 to get it in percent, and that gives us 43.6, etc. percent. They want it, the answer to correct to 2 significant figures, so it would be, instead of being 43.685, we would round it. We would round it to 44%. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about scientific notation. The book calls scientific notation standard form. The IB never calls it scientific notation or standard form. Whenever the IB wants you to put it into scientific notation, it puts this phrase here. It says, oh, it's in the form number times 10 to the number, where the first number is between 1 and 10, and the last number is an integer. Okay, now in math studies, since you have the calculator, you don't have to do these conversions by hand. What you can do is, you go into your mode, and then instead of putting normal, which is normally where it's at, you move the cursor to scientific, and you press enter, and now any number you put in here is going to come out with scientific notation. It looks a little bit different than normal, and we'll explain what that means. So we're going to put 257 and 6 zeros and see what comes out. So we'll put 257 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and then we're going to get scientific notation out. Believe it or not, this is scientific notation. What this means, 2.57 E8 means 2.57 times 10 to the 8. So actually, E, what that means is times 10 to the 8. And you do not need, or you should never put E in your problem sets, or when you do your test problems, you should not use it because IB doesn't accept this notation. It doesn't accept the calculator notation. Okay? So let's try the other problem. We're going to take a number that's smaller than 1, 00043, and we're going to hit enter, and we're going to change that to scientific notation. Do you notice how numbers smaller than 1 have a negative exponent here? So it's 4.3 times 10 to the negative 4. Okay? So that's not so bad, right? Okay, moving on to page 11 where we have practice problems. Which of these numbers are written in standard form? Remember, standard form means there's a number times 10 to the number. And this number here has to be between 1 and 9.999. Okay? And then this number here has to be an integer. Okay, so let's see which ones are okay. Yeah, that is a number between 1 and 9.99, and that is an integer, so this is okay. This one is not okay because the 12 is not between 1 and 9.99. What about this one? Well, it doesn't have a 1 times here. It should, right? So that is also not. This is not an integer, so it's not either. And this is not between 1 and 9.99, so that's not either. So basically, it's just this first one. Number 2, write these numbers in standard form. Okay, so we're just going to use the calculator to do this. First one is 135,600. Hit enter. So it's going to be 1.356. And if I want to keep all the significant figures, I basically go up to the 6. Just like the calculator gave me. And then I put 10 to the 5th. Okay. B, 0.00245. 0.00245. 2.45 times 10 to the negative 3rd. 2.45 times 10 to the negative 3rd. Look at this next one. 16, and then it's got 9 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1.6 times 10 to the 10th. Oops. 1.6 times 10 to the 10th. Okay, what about D? 0.000108. 1.08 times 10 to the negative 4th. 0.23 times 10 to the 3rd. 0.23 times 10 to the 3rd. 2.3 times 10 to the 2nd. Okay? So those are the answers for converting to scientific notation. For some numbers, the calculator can convert the scientific notation to a normal decimal. To do this, go back to the normal mode on the calculator, press mode, then choose normal from the line that says normal scientific engineering, and then press second quit. So let's do that. We're going to go back to what it was before. We're going to change that to normal, hit enter, and then second quit. Okay? And then what are we going to do? Now we're going to enter the numbers in scientific notation, and we're going to get the regular number out. To do that, we could do like we've done. We could put like 3 times 10 to the, and then we put something power. But there's another way to do it, which is to use the EE. Blue EE here. We can use that to substitute times 10 to the whatever. So you type less numbers. Okay? So like for example, let's convert all these numbers into decimal notation so that we can arrange them in ascending order. So we'll put 2.3, and then instead of times 10 to the 6, we're going to put EE 6. And then we're going to enter, and it'll give us the decimal form, which is 23 with 5 zeros. So I'm going to write that down here. It's easier if we're going to order a bunch of numbers to put them first into decimal notation so they're easier to compare. What about 3.4 times 10 to the 5th? 3.4 EE to the 5th. 3, 4 with 4 zeros. 3, 4 with 4 zeros. What about 0.21 times 10 to the 7th? 0.21 EE 7. What do we get out? We're going to get out 2, 1, and 5 zeros. Last of all, we got 215 times 10 to the 4th. 215 EE 10 to the 4th. Gives me 215 and 4 zeros. Okay, now we're going to try to order these in from lowest to highest. So the lowest, which one would that be? This has got 4 zeros. This has got like 5 zeros, right? This has got 4 zeros. So these two have 4 zeros, but this one has a smaller, it only has 2 digits before the 4 zeros. It only has 6 digits total, so this is the smallest number, right? Because this one has 7 digits. This one has 6 digits. So the 6-digit one is the smallest. Let's see. So this one has 7 digits. Any others have 7 digits? Yeah, this one has 7 digits. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one, all the rest of them have 7 digits. So which is the biggest number among these? Or the second smallest, the smallest number. This one is, right? 210000 is smaller than 2150000, right? And this one is a little bit bigger than that one, and then this one is the biggest one, right? Okay. Write these numbers in descending order. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to convert them all to normal decimal. So 3.621 EE 4. So we're going to have 36210. 36210. Just 1 0, right? Okay. The next one is going to be 31.62 times 10 to the 2. 3162. Okay. And this time, I think it'll be a little easier if I write them one on top of each other. It's easier to compare them, right? Now, finally, 0.3621 EE, oops, not comma, EE 4. 3621. 3621. Finally, 3.261 EE 3. 3261. 3261. I'm writing in descending order this time. So the biggest one is that one, right? Second biggest one is 3621. The third biggest one would be 3261, and the smallest one would be that one. Okay? Alright. Alright, when you write, it just says, do not write the answers in calculator notation with ease. You should always write times 10 to the blah, blah, blah. Okay. Let's do the first problem of section 1N. We got two variables to find there. And what we're going to do is we're going to combine the variables in these different calculations. And when we get the answer, we want to express the answer in scientific notation. The easiest way to do that is to just make sure your mode is in scientific notation, and then your answers are going to come out in scientific notation, right? So we're going to first do 6.3 EE to the 6th, and we're going to multiply it times y, which is 2.8 times 10 to the 10th, which is 2.8 EE 10. That gives us that. So that's our answer for that one. 1.764 times 10 to the 7th. Right? Now we're going to divide x divided by y. And we can actually, instead of typing everything out again, we could just replace the multiplication sign with the division sign. Then we get 2.25 times 10 to the negative fourth. Okay, and then we're going to divide the 2, and then we're going to take the square root of it. So we could, let's see, first we'll do the square root, and then we'll go up and grab this expression here, x divided by y, right? Go ahead, enter 1.5 times 10 to the negative 2. Okay, so that's it. Pretty easy, right? Scientific notation with a calculator is extremely easy.